Hi little Beppies and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk about the latest balance changes and adjustments, what I like and dislike about them. Now what do I mean with balance changes? I'm talking about all the adjustments to playables that have been made in the last update that dropped on main branch, and quite a few playables have been affected here. Namely Myasaura, Carnotaurus, Ceratosaurus, Pteranodon, Gallimimus, Deinosuchus and also the brand new Triceratops. Some were better, some worse, so let's look at exactly that. First of all, Myasaura has gotten some adjustments. As a juvenile, it is now much slower and as an adult, a bit as well. To be honest, I think those adjustments were okay. I don't think they would have been needed, but are not the end of the world either, as Dibble does just fine with the exact same problem. What is more important is that its attack speeds have been buffed by a lot, and a skilled Maya player now is the last thing you want to come across. So good job on that one. I really like having playables that are skill dependent, but also some that require less skill as it gives the players options. Next up is Carnotaurus. And what can I say really? Those adjustments were great. Slightly less stamina and better turn radius, increased bleed resistance and finally quicker growth time. Especially the last one was long overdue. This would make Carno finally the great, dominant small game hunter it was, always supposed to be. There's just one teeny tiny problem. You see, Ceratosaurus has gotten some adjustments as well, mainly nerfs regarding the bacteria. You only get it from rotten food now and over time it decreases. It has gotten a massive boost in bleed resistance and to be honest, I can't really see why. Yeah, this guy. I do not really mind it, I just think it's a bit silly that a 1.3 Cerato has more bleed resistance than a 1.3 Deinosuchus when the latter is literally covered in osteoderms. But since Cerato has always been bleed resistant, it is fine if you ask me. Especially since no playable currently tries taking down Cerato with bleed, as damage will always seem more effective. Now to the problem. When holding charged bite, Cerato can A. hold it forever, and B. gets a stun resistance. Stun resistance 1.25 times. So it supposedly gives the Cerato a weight threshold of 1625 kg. And there is two problems with this. One is that this makes them completely busted against Tenno, which now has zero ways of dealing with more than one Cerato, even if it's good. Although I'm sure some will figure out a way to still murder them. Another problem is Carno, which now cannot freely charge a Cerato without getting stunned. And this mechanic is also very buggy, at least when not close to corpses. When fully charged, a Carno can stun 1.5 times its own weight. No need for the math, Sarah and Carno weigh the same, and 1.5 is more than 1.25. Everyone knows that. And yet the Carno would get stunned in tests I have seen, even when charging for long enough. If you implement a broken mechanic, at least make it as broken as it's supposed to be. Generally, however, I think this is not a bad idea. It should however get nerfed to 1.2 times so Tennos can still stun it and fight it properly. Next up is Pteranodon. While having gotten changes is not about balance in terms of PvP, but rather its fight mechanic that do affect its fighting. And this is just improvements on many sides, especially the takeoff and agility. But that said, for some reason it doesn't require more stamina now as you cannot utilize the angles anymore. I am hoping it is just a bug. No, what really shreds Pteranodon right now are the AI spawns. What AI spawns, you may ask? And you are correct. Fish and Turtle just decided, we will not spawn anymore, and hopped out. Ah well. Following is Gallimimus, and it has been buffed. Apparently, it now weighs 490 kg. So Carno now needs one more hit to kill it. But honestly, I don't see why this number was chosen. Omni can still pin it, which would have, alongside the comparatively small HP buff, been the greatest and most needed buff to Gully. So this buff is hardly useful. I just want to mention it. However, a really needed buff has been made. MDSA, make Deinosuchus scary again. To be honest, I would even vote for that over the original. Deinosuchus lunge speed has been buffed greatly, and if you can perform the breaching lunge, you will be able to traverse huge distances. And Dino also drops spray on hills now. This is good as it makes Dinos play what they are supposed to be more. Less caterpillar and more river terror. Shooter has now become hard to grow. The speed nerf for Juies was unnecessary, but the pounce cost reduction is just perfect. Now to the literal elephant in the room. Triceratops has been added. It is meh, I guess. Ceratos can still take it down quite well, but that's a Sarah problem, not a Trike problem. A track problem is, however, if it hits something behind it, but that's the general hitbox issue. So what do I think about the balance changes in total? I think they are quite good. Especially how some playables who were left in the dust got some love, even Hipsy, which didn't mention as adjustments don't have anything to do with PvP. The Cerabuffs are one of the things that are annoying me, and this monster deserves a nerf. Even though we still be pending more of those, I'm very happy with the adjustments, which will introduce a new era of the Isle. About that, I will also make a video, so stay tuned. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe and like, it really helps me out. See ya!